Welcome to Behind the Scenes. We are having a heck of a month. Bear has not been to training, so hopefully he will no longer continue to eat the microphone as he did before the show. His ADD is out of control and he's night punching. I'm the Baroness, and we are on with my co-host, ADD McPunchy Pants.
When you hurt your back and all you do is exercise, anyone who exercises for a living or for an extreme hobby, you know what it's like to not be able to do it, okay? Your whole world is upside down.
You punch a girlfriend in the sleep.
No, you don't have to do that. If you do combat sports a lot, it's possible.
You lose a fight with a pillow.
So we need to put pillows between us, like a wall.
You lose a fight with a pillow when it rolls on top of you and you start tapping and it won't get off you. And then your partner has to move the pillow off of you because you somehow dreamed you lost a fight to it.
I have one down by my legs and one under my head. If there's another one involved here, it's your fault.
It's my leg pillow.
It shouldn't be anywhere near me.
No, it shouldn't.
You're right.
You should not take the pillow and wrestle with it.
That's still not my fault somehow. Oh, let me figure out how in a minute. Anyways, we got exciting news this week. I want to start the news off by talking about Dustin the Diamond Poirier, one of the greatest fighters of our generation. Actually, he's been doing it since the time of like Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell's final years. So he's been at it for a very long time. But I'm
trying to fix my shirt. I'm like randomly watching it. I'm giving you nonsense about ADD and I'm trying to fix my cape.
That's okay. Do whatever you need to do. The audience can listen to my stories and watch you adjust your clothing on camera. It's exciting.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
Okay, so Dustin Poirier something with Chuck Liddell.
No, not even close. Anyways, he held the belt for a little while there. He fought the best in the world. He recently got immensely intoxicated in an airport and tried to fight the police officer there. Thank God that didn't happen, because a drunk diamond is still the worst nightmare for any cop, especially by themselves. Backup did arrive. He did chill out and even said, "I'm sorry, you're doing your job. You're right." And even in his mugshot post the event, he looked very disappointed in himself. He was not a good mugshot taker.
So he tried to start a fight with a copper.
Yes, he actually even did. It was unbelievably not professional fighter of him, because he walked up to this guy literally like, "You want to go?" Like he looked, if I didn't know any better, I'd say the guy didn't know how to fight by the way he carried himself.
Well, that means he probably wasn't gonna, like suplex or whatever you guys call it.
Oh no, he would have done terrible things to any human being. It is not a fair fight for anyone. I'm just saying, thank God he didn't do that, and thank God he came to a senses.
The police officer was armed, though.
From 2 feet away, he would have. It would have been like giving the guy. He would have been like giving Dustin the gun.
Yeah, got it. That's the problem when you're dealing with that. Is a professional fighter is technically armed. I'd shoot him, but.
I'm sure it ran through the guy's mind like, "Holy shit, am I gonna have to pull out my pistol on this guy?" Is it because that's very much like maybe giving him a gun. Oh yeah, no, he absolutely did. You can hear it in the body cam footage. The guy's like, he's like, "You want to fight that? I don't want to fight. You're Dustin Poirier. I don't want to fight you." And then backup comes and he's like, "Hey, we need to keep it calm. This guy is like the best fighter out there right now." He was very scared, but he handled himself well. The police officer was unbelievably professional, zero escalation, very well conducted. All of them were
good police officer.
It was
bad cage fighter.
Bad cage fighter. Bad.
I think we have the MMA awards coming up as well.
Yes, July 7th. I believe is the national or international MMA awards held in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a Wednesday. I don't know how many people are supposed to know that. Please do not attempt to swarm Las Vegas for the MMA awards.
I don't think that's going to happen.
A lot of people's favorites show up to that.
Yeah, all the top fighters show up, but and you come, they let you go for some reason.
they let me show up. They expect me to film and do things and be Bear about it.
All the world's top
got nothing
fighters
to do with my fighting ability.
And Bear are there. No, a lot of fighters from different levels go there. A lot of influencers. Yeah. It's very, very cool. I don't think Dustin Poirier is going.
I don't know.
I do.
He may go for publicity purposes.
No,
may go to try and clean up a little bit.
That's true. Poirier may go. If he does, I need you to go pick a fight with him.
No. What terrible advice. If you do, I need you to give him alcohol. No, I'm not.
And then pick a fight with him.
No, we're not doing that.
Why don't you want to get beat up on camera? You've got beat up on camera plenty of times.
It's a lot worse than getting beat up, honestly. Like, getting beat up implies that I at least was engaged in the fight.
What happened? Did you see the the Avengers with Hulk and Loki.
Yes, very. Ironically, the guy probably weighs what am I now? 205 pounds. He weighs about 30 pounds less than me, likely, and would still beat you like a drum. Me, back and forth. No, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
I just want to say as well, the MMA awards are by invite. So if you guys show up there,
he's not encouraging you to show up. Don't do that.
Right. I'm not encouraging. I'm actually trying to discourage you. Don't make a scene out of it. But they're fun.
Stop helping. I'm joking. So there is a bunch going on in the media right now.
Yeah, aside from drunk fighters.
Really? It's fight week. That's a whole thing.
Is it International Fight Week already?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Okay, I could have sworn that either already happened or hasn't happened yet. But hey, fair enough. I like that. I'm the MMA guy, and I don't know what International Fight Week is or when it is. I learned about it like a couple months ago, to be honest with you guys. Kind of like International Shark Week, except more people care about sharks than grown men punching each other.
Sharks are more interesting. And they don't punch police officers.
Well, to be fair, they would do worse given certain circumstances.
And what
is the officer minutely bleeding in the ocean and is roughly a mile away from the coast?
They couldn't punch a police officer if they wanted to.
You're right. The shark could not punch the police officer. 100% right.
So
they will swim upwards of 25, 35 miles an hour and smash their face into the cop as like a test.
Or bite the crap out of them.
Or bite the crap out of them.
I'd like to remind everyone, every time we use bad language, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and free MMA. We swear because we care.
Who cursed?
Me, I say crap.
That's not a curse.
That's a curse.
That's not.
That is.
Write in the comments if saying the word crap is cursing. I don't think it is.
I was raised where it was cursing. Hell, if I said shut up to somebody, my dad would have washed my mouth out with soap.
No, that's just being disrespectful.
No, I'm saying that's considered a swear.
That's considered a swear.
That's a swear.
Your country's soft. You guys got soft hands.
I grew up in Tasmania, Australia specifically. My family's from Tasmania. I grew up in
with
Australia.
All the dangerous animals and the amount of times you guys say the word, I don't know if we're allowed to say the C word on here, so I'm not going to try it yet. But
you are, but I don't use that word. Ladies don't use that word.
Okay. So this is more like a cultural thing between men and women.
It's also a class thing.
So if you were a man, it'd be very different for you to say crap.
Well, you've spoken with my brother.
I have.
You fought with my brother.
And he's punched me in the dick.
Yeah. So I'm very well. That's what happens when you date his sister. Apparently, no, that was because they were sparring. In all seriousness,
it was an accident. We swear.
Yeah. Just keeps happening for some reason. It's the area he goes to on you.
So what else happened in the news media this last week?
So there is pushback from republicanism in the United Kingdom.
And who's going over there trying to convert them to the
wrong kind of Republican? Republican means no monarchy.
Okay.
So they want a republic versus a monarchy. There is a lot of pushback, a lot of anti-republic, anti-monarchy movements. For those that don't know, I'm a staunch royalist.
Mm-hmm.
My family is staunch royalists. So
is it because they don't like? I don't understand. In my mind, the royal family isn't really doing anything except showing up, making appearances, and looking good. So what is it they're really angry about the royal family doing?
Existing.
Okay. So
but if we lose the royal family, so we would lose a ton in tourism.
Mm-hmm.
We would lose a ton in gains. We would also not be backed by the royal monies. So royal money is often used to back.
You guys, that's the foundation of your pound, right? Is like the jewels or the artifacts?
Yes, not anymore, but yes, but it can be used to back it. So essentially. A country with a strong monarchy tends not to turn into America. And so when people look at the United States and you guys and your two little parties and your nonsense.
Hey, we have like 5 or 6 parties. Okay.
No, you have 2 parties.
No, we have the Green Party. We have the Libertarians.
I like your Libertarian Party.
I'm just saying they exist. We even have an independent party. It's mostly socialism, but we have an independent.
2 parties that refuse to get out of the way for anyone with common sense or intelligence.
It's funny you say that because
they're exactly the same party. The only difference is how they want to control you.
Being online, I've even seen people from foreign countries make videos about our politics, and they're like, something to the effect of, "Hey, which of the two parties you guys going to pick from this time around?" Because that's all they understand.
Oh,
is
and
just
people
the two.
tie themselves lifelong to these parties,
Mhm.
and even if they don't agree, they feel the need to do it. It's genius. Really, it's like Bob Iger said. It's what if you
Famous Bob Iger quote.
No, it was Bob Iger. Here, you put CNN and Fox, have them diametrically opposed. If you create tribalism, make sure you own both tribes.
Get money from both sides.
That's pretty much it.
I agree. Fair enough.
And then you had a president that once said, if you convince the meanest white man that he is better than the best of colored men, you'll not only be able to pick his pocket, but he'll help you do it. So aside from the
like the very inherent racism,
I believe it was Lyndon Johnson. But essentially the inherent racism of that is not wrong. If you convince somebody that you have constantly put on the bottom rung, and it could be because they're poor, it could be because they're undereducated, whatever, that they are better than somebody they look down on for any reason, be it women, be it people of color, be it whatever, you made them feel important, they will help you. It's like Dale Carnegie said, a feeling of importance is necessary to human beings. So if you want to manipulate people, manipulate a political system, make them feel they are right, make them feel they are righteous, and make them feel they are better than others by following you, and you can take all of their money.
I mean, that's all that Hollywood does. It makes people feel good about themselves.
Hollywood doesn't do that. We are honest, upright peoples. No, we are.
The only Hollywood people I like are the people who work in like horror films, because you guys don't benefit from shit.
No, horror makes a ton of money.
Not financially. I mean, like, you're not. No one thought you're manipulating political parties with the movie Scream. You know what I mean? You can't misinterpret horror films. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, White Girl Fear doesn't sell. That was not
all it does is make blondes look stupid. That's all it does.
That was not right. Hey, I was the running dumb blonde.
White Girl Fear.
I've done it. I'm just saying. The absolute best is a Scary Movie. They broke it down wonderfully. But speaking of horror films, we have one of my favorite people in the world on the show right now, Jimmy Star.
Welcome to the show, man. How you doing today?
Hey, you guys. Oh, wait. I want to be the same size. Does that help?
No,
there you are. Yes.
Perfect.
There we go. Okay. Now I can't actually see it. Okay. But I'll find it. Hey, you guys. How are you?
Fabulous. Great, I have the flu. I'm dying.
Oh, I've been dying too.
You got the flu?
No, I don't have the flu, but I have been dying. Literally.
What happened?
So
sorry to hear that.
About 40 days ago, I had a terrible pain, and here we are, right here, I think. So I can actually see us. Okay. So about 40 days ago, I had this terrible pain, and it was really, really bad. And so I went to the hospital, and I had a kidney stone, and they told me I should be able to, I could probably pass it. So they gave me a little bit of painkillers, and I passed it, but I didn't pass it. And I went back a week later. Ron was like, "Oh, you don't need to go. Don't be such a, pussy."
I love Ron. Sorry.
Basically. And he was like, "Don't be a pussy." And, but so I waited like 2 more days dying, literally dying with pain. And I went back and they were like, "It's a good thing you came, because basically your kidneys are about to shut down, because they're not working. They're not working. And so you're going to have a problem." And they said it was too big to pass. I couldn't pass it. It was too big to pass. So then they made me wait 2 more weeks before I had a surgery for it. And then they did the surgery and they told me I could go home. So I was in the hospital for 3 days. First, I was in the hospital 1 day, then 3 days. Then they did the surgery and I came out and they told me, I should be okay, but they lied. They put like a stent. I don't know if you've ever had a urethral stent before, but it's the most scariest thing ever. And they took it out on Tuesday. I just got it taken out. It was 15 inches long. It's a big, long wire with these big circles on each end of it. I almost passed out when I saw it. And I had a catheter for 9 days, which I've never had before. When you guys get older, they do that to you, and you don't ever want it to happen. It was worse than my knee surgery, having a catheter. So it's been the worst experience ever. It all came out on Tuesday, and I'm doing okay now. But I literally thought I was going to die.
Fuck, man. I don't want a catheter.
I get it. I had so one of my earliest memories, I had surgery on my kidneys when I was about 4. And the part that sticks with me the most is externally, they have this bag that they end up having to pull through your stomach and abdomen to take out.
Yes.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
It was I'm not kidding you. It was the absolute like worst experience I've ever had. And and Ron has been having a little bit of health issues also. And so like I went to the hospital and then I was gone for 3 days and there was nobody to look after him. So I'm on the phone with him and talking to him all the time. And it was just a mess. So I'm very happy everything is good and I'm done with it. I'm happy to see you guys. Bear, you look really good too.
Oh, thank you.
For future reference, we're not far from you. We're like 5 minutes. If you're in the hospital, call us. We will go check on your husband. For God's sake.
I didn't even think about it. I was in such pain. I'm not kidding you. I thought I was dying. But thank you. You're so sweet. And I said, Bear, you look really good. I didn't say that to the Baroness because she always looks good. Well, anyway, she's always gorgeous. But you look really like healthy and good and like really like you're ready to kill somebody. So you look great.
Yeah, you've lost weight. You look less.
I'd
you look
less
less
to
chunky.
make me the bad guy in one of your films. I'll go
like
murder
that.
some white women with blonde hair.
There you go.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh man.
So how have you guys been doing? Is everything good?
Oh, let's see. Alexis almost died. We spent 3 months trying to figure out what was wrong with her.
I know. I talked to her.
Yeah,
possibly some kind of
no, it's called diabetes insipidus. It's got nothing to do with diabetes. It just makes you thirsty. But people die from it because the thirst sensor in your brain doesn't go off, and they drink water until they get water poisoning and die. So she has that, and right as she got better from almost dying, I caught the flu, which is equally as bad, I swear. So I've been sick for a week. No, it's all joking aside, I felt bad even complaining. I'm like, so Alexis nearly died. We've been dealing with that for months. For those that don't know, Alexis and I have worked together for about 10 years. She's my assistant. She works with me on all my projects and everything. She manages Bear. She manages a bunch of projects. And so her being off for a few months is a big deal. And so, she gets this horrible disease. Turns out it's one pill. She's perfectly fine. She feels a lot better now. But it really turned into a thing. She put on like 20 pounds just from drinking water. And
she would retain it too.
She did. Get rid of it. It was a whole thing. So she's better now. And then I got the flu and I felt bad even joking and having a sneeze because, we've got Jimmy trying to die with kidney stones and major surgery. We've got Alexis with diabetes insipidus, with water poisoning. And I'm like, I have the black lung in the corner.
It counts.
It's terrible. And then
I want to add something. I want to add something to that. So for anybody, if they've never met Alexis is not only one of the coolest people you will ever meet. She's absolutely beautiful and she's a genius and she is a organizer and she's like really one of the most efficient people you will ever meet on planet Earth. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't met her, your life is terrible because she's one of the greatest people you'll ever meet. She's
incredible. So for her to take 3 months off to figure out what's going on.
It screwed everyone else up.
Well, it's not that it screwed everyone. Forget screwing everyone else up. This is a woman that she'll come in like snot running down her face, bubbles coming out. And I'm like, you have to leave. Get off set. This is a woman that does not take a day off. Now that said, she's a hard worker. I respect the hell out of that. So for her to be down for 3 months is shocking. For those
it's very hard.
For the audience here, you would know her as Kink for Dummies. She hosts the page in her off time, Kink for Dummies. So they are very familiar with her. They just know her as the dominatrix that comes on with Kink for Dummies. But so for her to take a day off was shocking. For her to take 3 months off, she had the bigger concern than the diabetes insipidus was I thought she was going to have a nervous breakdown because she kept getting sent home from work.
It's very hard when you're a workaholic like I am. Like not working is very, very hard. Like I don't really know how to relax. I can relax after I've got a bunch of work done, and then I can relax. But otherwise, it's very hard for me to relax.
How did you handle it? Because you're saying they said we're really glad you came in. This was just about to shut down. Now wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, you know what? That has to do with the fact that I have crappy health insurance. And it's really not good health insurance. And so I had to wait 2 weeks. And then And then I got lucky because originally I was going to wait 2 weeks to go see the doctor, and then they were going to set it up. But I worked it out that in those 2 weeks we actually went and had the operation done.
Good.
And,
Very good.
And it was just terrible though. And then I had to go to San Bernardino to get the catheter and the stent and out. And it was just a miserable. The only thing that was good about the whole thing is that I went to Long John Silver's on the way home because I found a Long John Silver's. I don't know if you guys might not even know what that is. In Florida, that's like the greatest restaurant. So I found one on the way home. It was 3 miles off the highway, and I went there and had Long John Silver's on my way home. I haven't had it in like 10 years, and I was so excited.
I haven't had it since I was in Washington State. For those that don't know, Long John Silver's is a fish and chip restaurant. It's fantastic. It's more East Coast based than West Coast based. They had it in Washington State, obviously, because it's up near Seattle. It's a fishy place. So I loved it when I fell in. I didn't know they had it in California.
So there's an exit. I forgot the name of it, but it's the exit off of the 10 that shows like a Chick-fil-A and all these different restaurants right there. And it's 3 miles. You have to turn right and go 3 miles. And it's Kentucky Fried Chicken and Long John Silver's, and it was the best. I was so happy.
We'll just Google Maps it.
I would like to go to Long John Silver's.
Me too. We'll Google Maps Long John Silver's.
I'm a fish and chip girl. Like that. You had me like that. I'm a fish and chip girl. I'm glad.
Yeah, because you guys go back and forth to Palm Springs and LA. So basically, when you're on the highway, it's only a 3 mile, get off the exit thing. It's only 3 miles out of the way.
I love that you had major surgery and are now talking about Long John Silver's. That is one of my favorite things about you. You are the most optimistic human I have ever met, which is funny. For those that don't know, he's married to a wonderful, wonderful man named Ron. They have a show together. Do you want to plug it?
Oh, sure. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. We're on the sister station for K4HD-TV. We're on W4CY.com based out of Florida. We've been on the air for 18 years, and our show's kind of popular. And this
you're past 1 billion streams.
Yeah, 1.3 billion streams. And this past week, last Wednesday, we had Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Of course I do. That's fabulous.
But Relax, Don't Do It. And so we had Holly Johnson from Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and it was so much fun. We had a really great show, and we really enjoyed ourselves. So it was a blast.
I absolutely love that. So
actually, while we're on that subject, I know we talked about the show so many times, but I never actually knew why you started the show to begin with. What was the purpose behind it? Are you still following the same
he also, by the
idea,
way,
or has it changed over the years?
We will get there. Just one sec. For those that don't know, he also has the largest conversation/podcast on horror going on in the world now. Did you know you've now globally topped it? Not America, globally, you are now the top. I checked.
Yes, I know. I just got. Every week I get my rankings. So the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell is the #1 film interview show on iTunes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Dark Frights Horror News this time was. I think we were #3 for horror podcasts.
You were #1
this
when
week,
I checked last month.
But yes, like 2 weeks ago we were #1. Yeah. Then I have another one called Collector's Corner with Jimmy Star that I do all my action figure stuff, and it's #1 for hobbies, collecting podcasts. It's #1. And then I have the Indie Sound, which is like a 10-minute show that I promote independent music artists, and we're #1 for music commentary podcasts. And there's like 1 million shows, and I'm #1.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
I'm happy.
That puts you, I think that would put you as one of the #1 podcasters in the world. So
Yeah, I'm doing fun, and I'm having fun. I'm having fun, and I get to meet cool people like you guys. Like I know you guys, and you guys are the coolest people I know.
Well, thank you. I think the only person, one of the only people that tops you numbers wise is Joe Rogan. That's it. There is one person when I ran your analytics and did all that. The only person that tops you is Joe Rogan.
Yeah, and he gets paid like, I don't know what, $500 million every 5 years or something. I don't know, but
he does have a couple of very
money like that. But yeah, he does.
Yes and no. Joe Rogan makes most of his money off of marketing deals more than anything else.
Yeah.
I know the gentleman that does a lot of his marketing. We years and years and years ago worked together. He was over at Paramount, and he worked for me with Brad Gray, and he is the one that put together the structure. So what you need to do is pilfer somebody that does market. I'm just saying, pilfer somebody that does product integration marketing, because that's where Joe Rogan made his money. It wasn't the podcast. The podcast obviously helped him blow up, but the fact that his face was on every ad in the world also helps, because then you've got every company pushing you.
Absolutely. I also had a really cool guest the other day. 2 weeks ago, we had the guy who played. Now I forgot his name. Oh my god, I'm like retarded. Hold on. Anyway, he's the Black Ranger for I love the Power Rangers.
I think the Power love Rangers him. He's lovely.
Got it.
And we had the guy from the Power Rangers, and he was like talking, and I don't know, somehow I didn't get the Power Rangers, it's like 30, 40 years old or something.
It's still on air.
And he told me he was 26 when he played 16. And that he's 59. He's going to be 60 this year. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe. And he looks he looks literally like he could 30, be 30. His name's Walter Jones. And he's also an artist, or a hip hop artist and singer and dancer. And he did all that on Power Rangers. But it took me like years to get him. I must have asked him every 6 months for like 5 years before I actually got him on the show. Cause sometimes people are just harder. They don't understand that they're going to have a good time and it's fun. And everything, but he was a great guest. So we had a really good time with him. So I loved it.
Dude, so it's funny. We met him years and years and years ago. Really nice guy. And my daughter, who watches all the Power Rangers, she's like, "Oh my God, he's cute." I'm like, "No, way too, honey. I don't think you understand how old he is."
Because he looks so young.
He does, but the teenage girls loved him then, love him now.
They love him now.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say they love him now too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I was going to ask what it's like reaching out to someone like that for so long and not getting a positive response until recently. Does it feel disheartening, or does it just not matter to you?
You know what? I think I used to get really offended by it. And the world has just changed from when I started. When I first started, so I've been on W4CY. I've been on for 18 years. They didn't even have the term podcast when I started. It was just a radio show.
Right.
There was no such thing as a podcast, but I just, I got really lucky at the very beginning. My first guests were like Joya Bruno from Expose, which is like a huge singing girl group, back in the day, back then. And as a matter of fact, they were the #1 girl group until Destiny's Child came around, with the most top 10 hits. And then I had Gary Wright, Dreamweaver Gary Wright. And as I was a clothing designer at the time, I would go to conventions and give away clothes and meet the celebrities. And then I would ask them to come on. So then I had like Robert Englund and Malcolm McDowell and Lance Henriksen and all these huge people. Like in my first 6 months, I had people and people were just freaking out. They were like, how in the world, can you get these people? You're like nobody, and you're getting all these like people. And so I don't take it. I do sometimes get upset because I see people that do other shows that have like 5 people that watch it, and they get people that won't come on my show when and I get like millions of plays. But you know what? It's just the way it is, and you can't really let it bother you. You do the best that you could do. Sometimes I have huge guests. Sometimes I don't have huge guests. But all my guests are fun, and that's all. I just want to have a good time. It's the podcast, like your show also. Well, you guys know everybody anyway, but like it opens a lot of doors and gets me a lot of invites to go places and helps me cast movies, because then I know the celebrities directly and I can contact them directly. And so I meet such cool people that it's more than just a podcast. It's a business that helps perpetuate all the other things that I'm trying to do.
It makes sense. It was ironically years and years and years ago I went on. So we've been on for about 13 years, and we came on. I came on as a guest on somebody else's, and it was a radio show back in the day on 6:40 a.m. And it started that way, same thing. And it was my boss that when I went on the one, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna have you do one." And that's kind of what started it, and it was done because it was utilizing all these people we were working with, and it was just free publicity for whatever project Brad was doing or Paramount was doing. That's how it was put together. And the fact that you figured that out, like I didn't figure that out, the fact that you figured that out ahead of everybody else, how did you know this would work when you started doing this?
No idea. You know what?
Really?
So I answered an ad on Craigslist looking for an intern. And W4CY, they were the #1 show on the East Coast, and they were the 13th biggest internet radio station in the world when I joined them. And they had a thing saying they were looking for an intern. And I answered and I said, I don't really want to be an intern. I said, but I know a lot of famous people, and I think I could put together a good show, and I would like to, put on a show. And so they gave me like a trial, and after being on the air for like 3 weeks, I think I was on the air for like 3 weeks, and they raised my time slot to like a 2 hour time slot. They were like super
Sure.
happy that so many people were tuning in, and
Hell
you know,
yeah.
and I promote. I do press releases for guests, and I do all kinds of things to promote. You know, and so it's good for them, and we've had a wonderful working relationship for just a super long time, and you know, this brought me out of my shell. So I was like one of those people in school who I couldn't give a book report. I couldn't get in front of people and talk or anything. And now, I mean, like, I can get in front of a room with fucking 5,000 people and just start talking, and I have no problem. So it really has, you know, helped me bring me out of my shell over the years, because now I can talk to anybody. I can literally walk in a room and talk to anybody, whether they're
Yeah.
you know, picking up the garbage or washing the windows or serving the food, or they're the biggest superstar in the world. I can talk to anybody.
We got to drag you out for our panels that we do every year
At
in
Comic-Con.
Phoenix
I got
Fan
to take you.
Fusion,
Yeah, I got to take you to
Arizona.
Comic-Con with us next year.
Yeah, because that
You
stuff
just be
is fun.
so good to talk about
Alexis.
just the
I
ins and
would
outs of the
love it.
entertainment.
I like love it. I have such a good time, and I've got great stories, and I've got terrible stories, but they're all like real, and I learn from everything. And the biggest thing I really think I learn, and it's not really just for entertainment, it's for life. You know, treat people the way you want to get treated. If you treat somebody like, you know, they're a piece of garbage, you know, you're going to get treated like that. If you treat everybody like a human being and have empathy for everybody's situation, whether you agree with it or not, you know, you can really like do a lot and succeed very well, like in life, and especially in entertainment, because people in entertainment are so egotistical and nasty. You can see, I mean, you can see, I watch people's careers fall apart all the time because they're so nasty.
Egotistical.
That's funny. I would think people
Before
have this.
one
Oh, go
sec.
ahead, go ahead.
Can you put Jimmy on as a co-host for the panel next year, please? Uh-huh. Perfect.
I-
Absolutely. So you're now co-hosting the panel at Comic-Con with us.
I would think that a lot of people have this almost misconception that Hollywood is very cutthroat, that they all are out to undercut each other or whatever it is you guys do to get one over on your competition. But you're here saying that if you're a dickhead, if you act this way, no one wants to work with you anyways.
Yeah, he's right. Oh, he seems to be freezing.
I think we froze up a little bit.
So he's completely right.
Mhm.
If I'm making $100 million bet, I want to make it on somebody that I trust. It's not a matter of trying to be a nice guy or trying to be a bad guy. It's a matter of, if I have to be stuck on set for 3 months with you, what do you want me to do?
And it's funny, I think that works, and I can relate to that as a fighter, because while I'm not reading a script, I know that if a company reaches out to me, or if I reach out to a company and I have a good relationship with them, I know that I could get competitors in. I can find people for them. We can get venues going. We can get future shows set up. There's so many things that work out when you are in good relations with people in your industry. I mean, even as far as having a boss you make friends with, you probably know immediately, oh, I'm going to get a little bit better treatment than the guy who the boss always argues and fights with on set or on staff.
Sort of. So if I know, for example, with Jimmy's numbers, he's a good bet. He's a sound investment. And if I have to bet my career, would you rather bet your career on a sound or an unsound investment? That's all it is. All we are is a business. You got to look at it the same way you would Wall Street. It's a sound or an unsound investment.
But that's from trust. So if you had someone who is, you got Jimmy, right? You know Jimmy, you know his investments, you know he's a solid guy, or you have this other, let's just say A-lister, who has a history of success, but you've never met them once, don't know anything about the practices.
You'd hire both, and what you do is shore one up with the other. You there, Jimmy?
Yeah, still back. I know what happened.
All right, just making sure.
Perfect.
Can you hear me? No, can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah,
we can hear you now.
Okay.
I don't know if you were.
I don't know what happened. But anyway, yes, I was listening as I was trying to get back on again, and I think that's just what you got to. You know, you just got to. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. It's not a super high bar, but it's what it is. It's very relationship based. You know, people talk about nepotism and entertainment, but the reality is if we're looking at funding for a project, by the way, I need a couple of projects off of you to take over, because Tubi's looking, and I'll give you their mandates. But if you're looking for a project, you look towards people you trust, because if I screw up and hand in somebody's project that isn't going to give in the work, I'm never working again. You got to trust who you're working with.
Makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And it's very.
I was going to say, I have some bullshit I want to show you guys.
Very cool.
All right, let's see it.
Your voice is very digitized. I wonder if you have someone calling in or what's happening. Do we have a bad connection? I wonder.
I hear it's funny coming from you guys' end, because even when I took my headphones off and I was off the air and I tried to listen, it was still coming in kind of funny, and I'm not sure why.
Our sound engineer is saying for you to check your mic settings because you sound like Cyberman from Doctor Who.
Okay, that is fantastic, and I love the Doctor Who reference.
Okay, I'm not using a microphone. I'm just talking straight into the phone. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Let me. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go out one more time.
Perfect.
All right.
Let's see.
Give it a try.
All right.
I love the Cyberman reference. That was absolutely brilliant. But I will
Doctor
say,
Who reference in general.
I know. I love that he pulled a Doctor Who reference. So when you look at Hollywood, it is very much a who knows who. Talent is wonderful. It's no different in fighting, though. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the marketing, you're dead. And I hope people make a point of remembering that. And I'm telling you, the audience, that if you, in any business you're in, you are in the business of marketing. Jimmy knows it better than anyone else. His history, of course, is marketing.
Mm.
So it is very, very important. He understands it. He markets his projects and his passion projects by leveraging his shows, which is brilliant.
Well, I mean, I don't add to that, to be honest with you. I think
look at yourself. You market your MMA and your nonprofit through social media.
And I do get much better treatment than fighters who are better than me. That's kind of what I've noticed as well, is being able to put yourself out there and get more from the marketing than you necessarily would from the job itself. And don't get
drunk at airports and try and fight cops.
Well, yeah, that's a good idea too.
I'm just saying.
All right, man. Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
And you've lost your Cyberman overlay.
Yeah, you lost your Cyberman voice.
Okay, good. All right, I'm sorry about that. So I wanted to show you something. So you guys know I have this movie, right? That I don't know if it's I have a verbal commitment for financing for us to start pre-production in August.
Ooh.
Sweet.
So it's my Bunny Man movie, and I made some cool stuff. I've got all kinds of action figures and things, but I want to show you the newest things I've added. So the first thing I added was a plush. So this is my 18-inch Bunny Man plush.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't he cute?
I like that.
It looks like I wouldn't want to wake up at 3 a.m. and
that's the whole
accidentally
point. Those need to come to Comic-Con with us.
Like Art the Clown has them. So then I did, since it's Bunny Man, I did the Legend of Bunny Man. If you see the top of it, it's an axe, a bloody axe, the Legend of Bunny Man, and it's a jelly bean candle.
I love
and that. It smells so good. So it's a jelly bean candle, and then coming up with all of it. So I'm trying to come up with good marketing ideas, which I know the Baroness can enjoy. This is Bunny Man Brew, the Legend of Bunny Man Killer Carrot Cake Coffee.
Bunny Man coffee.
Is
it pre-ground or is it whole bean?
It's ground.
Okay. You are not getting any coffee.
And I'll give you some if you want some. So these are my 3 newest items, along with all the other action figure things that I have done. And I'm super excited about it because I think we're going to get going. I have done all kinds of videos on social media. I have about 14 million plays for all my different videos that I've done for Bunny Man.
Send me your pack. I want to send it over to Netflix, and I want to send it over to Tubi. And the reason I say that is if you can do it as an animation, which I know you could.
I definitely could.
I know the guy to send it to. Like it, and this would hit their marks.
Actually, hold on.
It's like,
we got more.
I love Jimmy. So you guys know, you're going to end up watching this movie, and the distribution and marketing just started. This is very much how Hollywood works.
So hold on. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Here's my comic book.
I love a comic book.
I love that.
I've written a bunch of books, which I know you guys have some. So here's my comic book for my book, The Mimic, which I'm going to turn into a series. This is The Warden. This is Mothman Red Eyes Rising, which we're going to talk about next real quick. And this is Quasar Flare, the Radiant Wars. And
I love that.
My next thing, how are you guys with AI? Are you guys good with? Because I know a lot of people
fantastic.
hate it.
Well, you introduced me. You actually introduced me to your AI company. We're working with them on a Princess Diana documentary, and they gave me their documentarian team from over at whatchamacallit. I know Arcana from not Netflix, from Nat Geo. So we nicked their Nat Geo team for documentaries, took them, and we've are working with Arcana, and we're right now deciding between Apple and CNN where it's going to go. But it's for the Princess Diana documentary, which you are an EP on, because we put your people.
They're so great. They really are. They're so great. So I actually talked to him like 2 weeks ago, and he mentioned that he was working with you guys, and I was very happy, and they're super supportive. So I also wrote another book called Mothman Red Eyes Rising, and I've turned it into a vertical short.
Those are doing so well for the
series, and it gets better as it goes along, because we weren't great at learning, but we're launching it on Monday. And we've got 4 like 3-minute episodes done so far. And we're going to launch the first one on Monday for 2 weeks. And then we're going to come out with a new one every week after that. And it's so much fun. And they made my Mothman fly so good. And we're doing it all through Arcana Labs AI, you guys, if you guys are looking for company. And they're a really good company because they're also affiliated with Netflix. So if you make stuff with them, you can get your stuff. If you make good stuff, you could get on Netflix.
He's right. I'm also working with them. Jimmy introduced us to them. They are okayed by Netflix, and a lot of AI companies aren't, because they're schlock. We're actually working with them on Receiver of Many, and Brooklyn Gladiator. So we've got
the baddest.
Yeah. Ever. So we're working with them on Brooklyn Gladiator and Receiver of Many. Receiver of Many, they're trying to push female animation. That's a big push for Netflix right now. So we're working with them on that. But I absolutely love Arcana. That was a really good.
AI's come along so far as well, because even just as of last year, they had that really quick short of Channing Tatum and the guy from Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise. They had like this whole AI fight scene on top of a building.
He's 25 when he's like, and the guy from Mission Impossible.
Well,
it's the moment I'm like, he's the biggest movie star in the world. I think him and Will Smith. And he's like the guy from Mission Impossible. I was like, ugh, you erased on the internet.
I probably would have gotten his name faster if I thought of the Scientologist man. But anyways.
Yeah, that's
funny though. He knew Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I know Channing Tatum because he followed me recently.
Channing Tatum follows him on socials.
That's why I'm like, oh, I know. That's why I hit my first. But it was him. It was him and Tom Cruise had this big AI fight scene on top of a building, and everyone's like, oh, this is awesome. When's this movie coming out? And it was just some company had put this short together. It looked really, really good. It looked like it was shot in real life.
They've cracked down on it because of Taylor Swift Naked. Taylor Swift sued the shit out of X and Grok essentially for allowing naked and fake nudes to be created with her.
I didn't even know that, but I don't like her, so I wouldn't want to see it. I don't want to see her. I want to see her naked.
I like that she sued them, because nobody else would have had the power to actually start putting laws in place.
Get it done. And they need to be in place.
Yeah, they tried to stop her from suing by ripping all of hers down. And her response, and it's one of the only good things she's done, but I'm not a huge fan of her backing Blake Lively. But it was she really, really screwed Justin Baldoni and Colleen Hoover. But they offered to pull everything down and pay her, and she went, no, it's not just me. If this is happening to me, other women and men are getting theirs put out there. She's like, I don't want you to just pull mine, I want you to pull all of them, and I want laws in place. So she gave up a huge payday, which she doesn't need. She's Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she gave up a huge payday to continue to fight this, to put laws in place.
Every day the one thing I got to give her,
every day she's alive is a huge. So for all of my issues with her, for all of the why would you back Blake Lively moments, I got to give her. She absolutely backed every underdog in the world. And the laws that are going in place now would protect, if someone saw all of this, ripped off Bunny Man and started making cartoons about him and making money off it, it would bar them from making money off that kind of content. And it's because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I just can't stand. I don't even really have a reason not to. I'm just not a big fan of her music.
That's it.
I'm just not a big. It's just not really like my thing.
So I like it, but I grew up around it. So it's
you grew up around kangaroos and deadly spiders.
That's it. But she started in country. She started with all of that. So I grew up.
I liked her younger better. I liked her old stuff a lot better.
Yeah.
When she first came out, I liked her a lot better. But I'm like a boy band person though. Like I like boy bands. I just don't really like her. I don't know why. But
agreed. I'm not a huge fan of her new stuff. Don't really care about her personal life, but I do have to give her points.
I give her props.
Yeah, for that, which is really
for being so successful in the first place. I mean, come on, like she's got to be like the most successful, female singer like in history. So
actually, she's now the most successful artist of all time. She bought back her own masters, did re-releases. She is now had the most successful concert series and is the most successful artist. So if you're all looking for a blueprint for the parasocial relationship, Taylor Swift has done it perfectly. That's how she got big. She leveraged, Pinterest when it wasn't a thing. She's leveraged all new social media, much like you, Jimmy, who are on the forefront of all of these shorts, all of this kind of AI tech. You are at the front of this. And every time someone's on the front of the wave, they always end up doing the best. It's either the first or second person, and it depends on if they continue with it or not.
I think you have to. You have to too, though. I think that I know everybody is very resistant against AI, but I think if you don't get on the bandwagon, you're going to get left behind.
You're right.
You're going to get left behind because I've seen some stuff. I've seen like some movie clips and stuff from people and like the buildings burning up and blowing up and all this stuff done AI, and it's done really, really good. And it's going to change. The $100 million movie isn't going to be a $100 million movie anymore.
Well, here's the thing that you're both in the industry. You've both been in front and behind the camera. Do you guys, are you concerned at all that one day it's not just going to be the actors that get replaced or the CGI people that get replaced, that it's you too? You guys may be out of a job. AI gets better.
I'm distribution and financier. In my lifetime, I couldn't be replaced.
They had
Jimmy's
an AI
creative.
guy call me yesterday about getting money for my nonprofit. They'll find people to make calls.
Oh no, they will. It's not about calls. So my job couldn't be outsourced, neither could Jimmy's. And I don't mean that in a bad way. He's fully creative. You cannot replace fully creative, or you end up with some idiot like me making decisions. So you have a Coke ad. And you cannot replace the financier because then you have no movie. So
matter of fact, the guy who introduced me to Arcana, he's a really cool guy, and he's making a really cool AI series. And he actually just sent me a thing that he signed up for, but basically it's an agency that reps people for AI, meaning you give them the rights to your image, and if they use it in a commercial, you get paid like $7,500 or something. And they can only use it for each individual thing that you get paid for. But I'm gonna probably like sign up because I don't give a shit. I'm nobody.
Can you give me their info? I'm signing Bear
up. Great for him.
I think what people miss, and I don't mean this in a bad way, AI is already done. It's too late. Schrodinger's box, cat's out of the box.
We know it's alive.
It's done, it's gone. So now our choice is, do we work with it? Do we work against it? And the bigger thing, AI is going to be a huge problem in the future.
Oh, big.
That said, in our industry, we already lost hand animators to CG. That's already done. So it doesn't matter to Jimmy or myself whether we're working with AI or CG. It's still one guy operating the program. There are more people hired for AI than there are for AI than there are for CG, than there are for animated cartoons on a computer. So it actually adds more jobs in our industry on this end. And as far as an actor's rights and likeness, it's a problem. I think there's a show called Everybody Hates June. Check it out. It's showing where the future is, where it's fully tailored content. In your case, Jimmy, what do you think of AI? Now I've given my diatribe.
I love it. I have really learned to use it. I have made book covers, movie posters that are phenomenal looking. I'm learning how to do the video stuff. I work with a director she's actually been doing it just because I'm like so busy trying to do other stuff. But I am going to learn how to do it, and I've created 2 other ideas that I want to make my own vertical series that's mine, and just see if I can do one on my own without a whole bunch of help. And I'm turning them all into books. And I think that if you don't do it, you're lost. Plus, in social media, you can put up a picture and you can get a lot of likes. But if you take the video and throw it into a some kind of a platform and tell it how to come alive, and you put that up, you'll get 1 million times more plays on it than you do just a picture. So it helps build your social media, because I use Grok. I used to use something else, but right now I have a subscription to Grok. It does great things. It makes things come alive and bounce, and you can tell it whatever you want it to do, and it's just fun.
Disclaimer: do not put legal information into your AI, because it can be subpoenaed. Do not take medical advice from AI, because it doesn't mean it's right. And do not take information without double checking AI. I'm saying all of this because a guy just went to prison and tried to argue that it was confidential. No, it's subpoenaed. Even if you delete it, it still exists in AI. So be aware that it is a living, moving entity. And once you upload your art, it is on open forum. So be aware of all that. Work within the parameters, but it is the future. You're never going to get away from it.
I love the guy probably typing into the AI conversation. Best way to melt human bones.
That did come up. There is a man that is being convicted because of that. I
think, you probably got to watch. I search. So I don't know. I use ChatGPT a lot, and I basically search. I search for everything. Like anytime I have a question, I look and see what. I don't always listen to ChatGPT, but I always look and see what it says. And what it says, because sometimes, like I had somebody send me a nasty email, and I was like, how's the best way to respond to this? And I put the email into ChatGPT, and it would come up with a really diplomatic response instead of me just telling them go fuck themselves.
I do that all the time. Like how Alexis just broke up with a guy using ChatGPT. It's very effective. Now I'm going to ask you, tell everyone where to find you on social media.
Okay, so I'm at This Is Jimmy Star on TikTok, Facebook, X, and Instagram. My strongest platforms is Instagram, and my website is jimmystarsworld.com, and my new Instagram is Mothman Red Eyes Rising, because that's the vertical series that we're getting ready to launch on Monday. So I had to pick one for it.
Go watch Mothman Red Eyes Rising. Seriously, guys, what he's coming up with is incredible. He's at the forefront of these horror verticals. They've been done as little dramas. They've been done as all of that. You are actually one of the first people doing this in a legit way. I love that you're doing it. I'd love to talk to you about putting some marketing into it. And
absolutely. I also want to, oh my God, I just had a brain fart. Oh yeah. So I read this big thing too, because I'm going to look for a platform to put it on once we get a season done. And I think that right now I'm just trying to build numbers, so I have a bunch of numbers. The goal is to get 200,000 views in the first 2 weeks. And, but I think that, I read this article about most people's verticals are more like romantic.
Yep. You're the first doing horror.
You aren't doing horror yet, so I'm going to be one of the first ones doing horror.
You are. Yeah. It is absolutely incredible. I love that you're doing it. I love that you're at the forefront of that. So we're going to have a conversation this evening about how to move that.
Perfect.
Excellent. Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything you want to say to the audience real quick? Because I know we're at time.
Just make sure you guys always tune in to watch this show live behind the scenes, because these two are the most fabulous people you'll ever meet. And if you're fortunate like me, you get to actually meet them in person and follow what they do. Summer, the Baroness is like a rock star. She knows everything that's going on. And Bear is a badass fighter. Even though he doesn't always win, he's so badass anyway. And not only is he a badass fighter, you guys, like he gives back to the community. They both are very big into community support and helping underprivileged kids and all kinds of great charities. So I think it's super important to just pay attention to what they're talking about, because they're totally plugged into what's going on in the world of entertainment.
Well, thank you very, very much. Guys, make sure you're following Jimmy Star. I'm going to put up a link to his social media. Bear's going to put up a link to his social media. Make sure to follow him and check out Mothman.
One quick thing too. So my nephew just launched a brand new clothing line. It's called Spineful. It's spinefulclothing.com, and it's a whole lifestyle brand about basically having a spine and not being a pussy. And
we're gonna get Bear with.
Sounds like Ron had some influence there.
I like. You can tell. That's all Ron.
I want to get Bear with him, I think. But anyway, I just want you guys. I told him I would give it a quick plug. So if possible, check out you guys. It's also on Instagram, and it's a really cool company. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's spinefulbrand.com. Isn't that funny? I'm like retarded, but I'm sure it is.
That's right. We'll put up a link. We'll put up a link and make sure to get everyone there. I like that. You've got to have a spine. We get in with Bear the Goods. Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on.
Bye, you guys.
One, please.
Bye-bye.
Take care. And
guys, I know this is the end. We are past time. Thank you for joining us on Behind the Scenes. I'm the Baroness. This is my co-host, Bear Fiorda, the baddest bear who hasn't been in the cage because he hurt his back. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with the Baroness and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.